Welcome to part 93 of Let's Play Final Fantasy XII. And I meant 93, not 94 in the last part. Anyway, today's a great episode, because you want to know why? Despite it being long, it is a 20-minute episode. Well, it's not really a 20-minute episode, more along the lines of more than 20 minutes, like 25. But nonetheless, well, I think it's 30. I'll check and see. Anyway, today is a double feature. First off, I get to take on Marlilith, a hunt I've been putting off for quite some time. The Tavern Master here is the petitioner for this hunt. And the only reason why I'm starting to clean up hunts, because of one reason and one reason only. The next, I'm more than sure of this, the next rank you get with Clan Centario, you will get the bubble belts available, as well as bravery. So that's all well and good. That's absolutely nice. However, that would also mean I'd have to grind for loot to sell to get bubble belts. Which is all well worth it, because you're going to need bubble belts by the time you reach Gervagen or Balfenheim. Anyway, where the Tavern Master is sending us to go is to XII Caverns through the Westersan entrance, which is why we're in the Westersan right now. Unfortunately, there is no gate crystal to teleport there. You'll have to truck it by foot. Yeah, literally truck it by foot. The trek itself is way too long, but it's not as bad as the actual mark itself. Not the mark's hard, no. It's the spawning conditions for it. That is actually the one reason why people find this mark very annoying. If it wasn't for that, then everything would be fine. Anyway, I say it's a double feature because I'm going to be taking on 2 marks in one episode, not just one and then waiting for the next episode to take on another. No, I'm going to take on 2 marks one episode and be even more generous and take on 2 more marks in the next episode, and then we'll continue on with the story. Because trust me, these marks aren't that very quick. Well, aren't that very long. They're pretty easy if I actually go the right way. Not only are they easy, but some of them get you good stuff, others might not. Needless to say, I have tried to fix the sound, and it's a little bit better, but you can't really tell from the stomping of that Ursterex that's behind me. And to be honest, I don't need to take on any cannon fodder right now. I just want to get to this hunt and get it over with. Oh, and in case you're looking for an entrance video for the XII Caverns, turns out when I was level grinding, I'd accidentally stumbled here. Yeah, and when I stumbled here, there went the entrance cutscene. So yeah, you won't be seeing one here nor in the Feywood. You see, when you grind, you accidentally run into places you don't need to be. But nonetheless, we're nearing the area where we need to be in order for to find Marlilith. Okay, we passed it up. Okay, capture card, stop acting up. Okay, we get it. This is too much awesomeness for you to handle. Yes, we get it. It's too much awesomeness for you to handle. Well, we're gonna have to pretty much wait here because it's not gonna take a while for... I mean, it's gonna take a while for that thing to come out. And look! I've upped everybody's stats to pretty much level 41. Trust me, by the time I... Oh yeah, 30 minutes later... Trust me, it's that annoying of a fight. And by the time I get all this stuff done, by the time we even go to Draclor, I'll be level 50. Anyway, there it is. Yeah, it took me 30 minutes just to find this thing. How annoying is that? That's why people hate this mark. Because basically what you need to do is sit quietly in that particular area we're in right now for 30 minutes. If he appears, then turn on your gamuts and attack. But keep in mind, you gotta make sure that he has on slow and blind. Otherwise, every time you attack him, he'll attack twice. And of course, his tail. Almost forgot about that. You see that tail of his? It has the ability to cast slow or sap. Something you really don't need, so you'll basically be fighting with slow and slap throughout the entirety of the fight. You might want to keep yourself haste at all times. Or have some haste moves on you. Or haste daga moves. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Because the faster you are after... Because normally he will increase his speed as well. The faster you are against him, the better of a chance you have of him not only missing you, but also the better of a chance you have beating him. Oh, and if you haven't noticed, I actually bought mirror mails. I actually bought mirror mails in Fawn Coast, and I took them off for a reason. Since that's the strongest armor, it would be a good thing, but in a bad thing it has Reflect. And I'm not fighting Yzmat or any other thing that really needs Reflect, so... That slow can be so annoying. But Marlilith has 60,000 HP. It really shouldn't be that hard of a fight. Just make sure you keep blind and slow on him at all costs, and keep yourselves with haste. mean, it's your best bet. That's why I didn't really elect to take him on. And now he's dead. With that, I'm not going to trek all the way to the... And with that, I'm not going to trek all the way to Damaska. Here, we're already here at Rabbinaster anyway. Ah, that's what I meant to say, trek all the way to Rabbinaster. Anyway, Marlilith isn't that hard. He would have been hard if I had took him on a level 36, but Marlilith isn't that hard. Since we got that motherfucking snake out of that motherfucking cave, now we have one more mark to deal with. But first, let's go collect our reward. Yeah, you might want to read that, because he just mentioned who he wanted that serpent wine for. His #1 customer. Oh, and this hunt is definitely important too. That's another reason why I wanted to take it on. Because it has one very crucial part to the Turnasol. Yeah, I may have accidentally sold a soul powder, but I'm not accidentally selling the serpent eye. Yeah, you might want to rack up on Turnasol loot whenever you can. Oh no, nothing else is going to come until later on. But you might want to rack up on Turnasol loot whenever you find it. Because Mont Blanc will make it easier for you as you beat enemies by giving you Serpentarises, well, one Serpentaris, a Gem Steel, High Arcana, and even going above and beyond the Call of Duty, giving you an Inferior Soul, and that's if you've beaten almost all the marks in the game. Mont Blanc basically sets you up to get a Turnasol, and that's one thing I actually like about that. But everything else, you can go to hell. Oh, folks, here's another thing that really wanted to make me facepalm. Well, other than the serpent wine, well, I just recently beat Marlilith. And it turns out all I needed to do was beat one more mark in order for me to get a new rank. Well, to my horror, that new rank also gets me the Bubble Belt. I was just recently talking about it too. Yeah, Wrist Breaker. No, excuse me. Oh, don't worry. Later on, I'll be dealing with those elite marks. Later. But because of that, I can now get Bubble Belts. Just only one problem. And that problem is, I don't have the money for it. Well, at least I got bravery, that's a good thing. But I don't have the money for Bubble Belts. Ah, gosh darn it. I'll get them later. In the meantime, I better head on over to Jahara. It makes sense. But for the most part, I'm also going to save before I do this. So I'll see you guys in Jahara. And I'm here in Jahara. It's time to get Number 2 on the Mark's on this Mark's specialty list, or should I say 2-for-1 sale. Yes. Next one we're dealing with is Mindflayer. Now, if I can only find its petitioner. And I'm not too far from him. Oh well. Like I said, some of these marks give you good items, some of them give you useless ones. Like the one I'm taking on right now. Anyway, about that serpent wine. Oh, before I get to that, there is clues about the Mindflayer coming after people who possess magical powers where the mist is most dense. It may be a riddle, but I will pretty much forget what that riddle means. I'll tell you all right now, so that you can probably laugh at a flaw I'll make later on, and it'll be in this part. It's the fact that in order to find Mindflayer, you need full MP. That means turn off your gambits and find them. And it won't take me long to find him because he's in the XII mines in the Phase 1 shaft. Oh, I think he is. No, Phase 1 dig, that's what he is. Anyway, about that serpent wine I was about to say, yes! The serpent wine, the only thing it gives you is a cutscene if you give it to Magello. It is quite possibly one thing that will scratch your head, but at the same time, it'll make you laugh out loud. Because Magello put in an order for serpent wine. And you wonder what he does with his money. Me, I'm taking the long way because if I try to take the opposite way, that would mean having to open the gate puzzle. And I don't feel like doing it, so open the door. And that's another reason why I wanted the bubble belt so badly. Because if I had bubble belts, I wouldn't be wasting magic on bubble now, would I? And donning bubble belts makes you immune to disease. I honestly had no choice but to enter through here. And I honestly thought the gate was open, but it's not. Oh well. Oh, another thing you need to know. When going through XII mines, always remember, you're gonna have to activate the gates again. Every time you enter. Screw this place. Don't worry, after this, I only have one more time to be in here. And we all know why I would be here one more time, despite the fact I hate this level. And that reason starts with a Z and ends with I hate that fucking Esper named Zodiac. Great ally, sucks as an enemy. As far as reasons to be in certain end, I only have 2 more reasons. I'll make that 3. Just gotta pass through there anyway. For me to be there, and one of them includes an Esper, which I won't be getting until I get better spells. It's a slight break off from the story, but still. I'm taking care of this in maybe 2 parts. can say this though. Before I go to Garavagan, I'm gonna get some of the espers and some of the marks I can get that are below level 60 or level 50 or level 40, whichever one comes first. Hopefully I can get the marks that won't kick my behind. Now, here's a problem here. Remember when I mentioned about my characters need to have a full MP bar upon entry? We're nearing the area where you have to face Mindflayer. And look at my MP bar. Yeah. If you're staring directly at the same MP bar I'm staring at, Mindflayer is not going to appear. And it did not dawn on myself. It honestly did not dawn on me. Yeah, I admit it. That was a screwed up move on my part. But nonetheless, he would appear right here in this area had I had full MP. But since I don't, he's not going to appear at all. And here I am thinking, what the hell? He didn't do this to me the first time. Where is he? Should I kill Miss Mares to try to bring him back? That's what I'm thinking. But the only reason that happened to work the first time because I've had my augments full and I only used a small speck of magic. And when I killed those Miss Mares or nightmares, whatever the hell they want to be called, the Mindflayer appeared because I filled up my magic again. Oops! I needed a party with full MP and no gambits. My bad, I didn't know. Well, now you know. And Mindflayer is another one of those invert creatures. Yes, and now I'm about to royally screw him over. Royally screw him over. See, Mindflayer is used to magic. Uh-oh. He screwed me over with that. He just debuffed me with stop. That's another thing I forgot to mention. Stop debuffs you. Whatever buffs you have will be gone. Stop just debuffs you. But yeah, I screwed over Mindflayer by putting Berserk on him. It is the best way to bypass his invert cheese. Because he does a really annoying move later on when he's about to die that casts sap on you and God knows what kind of bad stats. He only does it once, but he does it to your whole entire party. It's a pretty annoying move. You'll end up having to switch parties, and it'll be ridiculous. Good news is you don't have to worry about that, because he's just about dead. When you berserk anybody with magic, they have to attack. Unless physical attacks is part of their repertoire. Remember this, folks, because there'll be a few more enemies that does the same thing. Mindflayer Crush, we can now get the hell out of these mines. I said we can get the hell out of the mines. But oh well. It didn't take that long. Even though it is a 30-minute episode. I put 2 marks in for the price of 1. And honestly, I should have cut out the backtracking like I did. But it honestly wouldn't take me long to get back to Jahara anyway. Why did I put that gambit on Vaughn? Why did I put that gambit on Vaughn? Vaughn just pretty much screwed over his whole MP. Oh well, I'm almost home free anyway. It doesn't matter. Another thing I want to announce. After episode 94, I'm gonna start recording Arcana Heart to have it ready for when I go to, well, Sochin Cave Palace, yes. When I arrive at Sochin, which will probably be 2 or 3 more episodes, I'll have Arcana Heart recorded by then, and I'll have it out before that episode starts. So that'll be a bit of good news. Then I can start recording Mortal Kombat and also finish recording this game. I know I shouldn't be talking about other games in the middle of this game, but hey, I have a lot of long-term goals here. And I also have spring break after exams. I'll be recording a lot. Yeah, I'm almost out. I could really do without backtracking. Go, turn around. Turn around. Thank you. Alright, we're almost there. Flee! Flee! You've wasted enough time! Oh well. Like I said, we're almost at Jahara, but there's another thing. The hunt you're doing in Jahara will open up. It's one of 2 ways to open up Zodiark. Actually, one of the 2 ways you need to do to open up Zodiark. You've got one more hunt that you'll have to sign a petition with in Jahara, and that won't come until way later. And also, you gotta get like 10 Espers in order for to go to Zodiark. I can wholeheartedly say I'll probably defeat that last mark for Jahara, then get 10 Espers, because Ultima and Zodiark can be a pain in the ass. Nonetheless, we're almost done here. Just go back and get my reward, and I'm just gonna call it a game. I'm not bored in the least. I'm just really pissed that I forgot about that. And it's been a long time since I played. And that Kermonganol seems familiar. However, it's something you can actually buy. Yeah, that's right. You can actually buy that in Rabanaster or possibly Nulbina. What a retarded drop for that. Anyway, I'm going to end this part right here. We'll get to take on 2 more marks, which is Atomos and I do believe, yes, the Vorpal Bunny in the next episode. This is RVman985. Peace out.